Hi everyone, I'm Jarisar and this is the battle report for Kongdoo Uncia versus Afreeca Freecs Blue, the latter of whom are on a 6-0 perfect winning record so far in Apex Season 3, which Uncia are hoping to disrupt even though their chances to get into the round of 8 are gone. Let's see how they fared. Shrine was our first sub-map on Nepal, where we saw Arhan on the Tracer instead of his Genji. AF Blue secured the first capture of the point and built up an impressive lead all the way to overtime before Uncia's ults kicked in and had a say in proceedings. Uncia's Poise managed a 2k coupled with Decay's double kill on the Blade to continue to hold the point, allowing them to score over 90% before AF Blue took back control and closed out the round. The second round sent us to Sanctum, where Arhan swapped over to Genji and immediately took control of the match, landing a 4k off screen to secure the initial cap for AF Blue and unleashed his well-earned Blade for another 2k to hold even further. Uncia did not go quietly though, battling back and actually forcing overtime after a series of control swaps where both teams battled in a drawn-out overtime brawl that swapped advantage back and forth. When the dust finally settled, AF Blue's individual hero plays allowed them to take map 1. On the defense first on King's Row, Afreeca Freecs put all their eggs in the basket of a single Torb turret by opting to go with an Orisa, Winston and D.Va to help support it. Uncia's offense put Damon on the Widow, who wasn't much help finding initial picks with the layers of shields on defense, but took great advantage of the chaos once teamfights broke out and then went largely uncontested. A was completely captured even after Recry's tac visor mowed down 2, thanks to a double kill D.Va bomb from Poise that took out both the turret and a bongo as well. Arhan struggled to find value on his Genji for the defense, often dying early trying to dive into the backlines even when he had his ultimate available to him. The cart slowed down further the more it went, until it got about halfway through the Foundry phase, never to move again as AF Blue's defense locked out the attackers, leaving only Decay's Tracer to try and keep overtime alive, unsuccessfully in the end. In the second round, Uncia's triple DPS defense faced down the dive composition from AF Blue, but it didn't last long at all. On the very first push, A fell to the attackers, and the cart was well on its way through to the second checkpoint before the defensive Dragon Blade from Decay was matched with the offensive Trance from Lucid, negating the effects and propelling AF Blue into the final leg of the map super quickly with their goal in view. Butcher on the Winston misjudged his survivability and didn't manage to get his Primal Rage off to stall the cart, as Recry's tactical visor maimed the defense. Butcher had one final chance to pay penance for his mistake by respawning and leaping on the cart to delay just a meter from the goal, popping Primal Rage but then misjudging and leaping into the air, allowing Afreeca Freecs to sneak in the last few inches they needed to take map 2. With match point on the line on Hanamura, Afreeca broke out their Torbjorn and Orisa again on the defense, only to be cut down much faster than on King's Row by Poise's D.Va and Decay's Tracer combining for kills on the point. Uncia attempted to move quickly onto B, but got caught out with an early pick. The rest of the team continued on, and even spent ultimates in the fight, but fell to the attackers, leaving their ult economy in shambles. Push after push, the defense found value, whether it was Arhan's Blade getting a 3k or a massive team effort that managed to utilize stall tactics with the Maywall, Block and Blizzard combining with Primal Rage. They delayed the capture of B by over 3 minutes in one of the most extended capture point teamfights to date. In the second half, it only took the one attempt from Afreeca to capture A themselves, and they looked to have an opportunity to successfully snowball B on the back of Recry and Arhan, but it took an additional attempt to sweep the point and tie the score, with a much larger time bank. The second round started with Uncia's offense only having 1 minute to make magic happen and send the series to a fourth map. They actually succeeded in their efforts on A and made their way onto point B, but Butcher's Primal Rage wasn't enough to make the difference, as he triggered overtime but could do nothing as his team died around him. Afreeca Freecs could end the series right here if they could overcome the triple support defense Uncia had opted for on their trusty dive. Arhan flanked around the left side of A as Genji, using creative movement paths to stay alive and dive with his team and assist in the mayhem to tie the score at 3-3, now only needing 33% on B to take the win. Uncia put up a solid defense on B, chipping away at the AF time bank, but they lost their coordination during a zoning diva bomb, failing to assign someone to sacrifice themselves and contest the little capture progress Afreeca needed. AF Blue close out the match 3-0. Kongdoo Uncia put up a good fight, but even they couldn't take a map off of AF Blue, who are now the third team in Apex history to finish the group stage with a perfect winning record. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe by clicking here, and you can also watch the next video by clicking here. Thanks for your likes and comments in the meanwhile, and don't forget to share. I'll see you for the next match.